What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, so we have come over here for this wonderful platform of Instagram, as you all know, because you're also having an Instagram profile and an ID, perhaps I should say. And today we are going to interact with an utmost pillar of women empowerment in our country. And she's an IAS officer. She is CEO of Gurugram Metropolitan City Bus Limited (GMCBL), and additional CEO Gurugram Metropolitan Development Authority (GMDA), and there are a lot of things as well. And I am pretty sure that you will enjoy the wonderful and the fruitful session that we are going to have with this IAS officer today. And there's one more thing that I'm pretty sure that she will deliver a lot of uh, positive takeaways for all of the IES aspirants in our country. So I am going to get live with her. We are waiting for Sonal ma'am to connect with us.
ऐसे करना
Good
पड़ेगा
morning, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon. Just give me a moment to set my
Sure,
things.
ma'am. Sure. Sure, ma'am.
Just give me a minute.
Sure, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, please maintain the decorum in the chat box, in the comment section box, so that if you ask really relevant questions, I'm pretty sure that she will answer to your questions. But please still then maintain the decorum and show your appreciation and gratification towards her that she has come on this wonderful platform to interact with us on Instagram. Are we good to go, ma'am?
Just a moment.
Sure, ma'am.
Am
Sure.
I visible?
Yes, ma'am. Completely visible and completely audible. Are we good to go, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. I'm fine. Yeah.
Ma'am, we'd really like to show our gratification towards you, and we are really very obliged. And I'd like to thank you once again on the behalf of the entire Lovely Professional University. We have a lot of lovely people in our university, and we are very professional as well because we are lovely and we are a university. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, if I may tell you about Sonal Goyal ma'am, she is CEO of Gurugram Metropolitan City Bus Limited (GMCBL) and additional CEO Gurugram Metropolitan Development Authority (GMDA). She is also one of the top 25 women for transforming India by Niti Aayog, and she also is into United Nations and my government. She has also been a TEDx speaker, and she has also been known as a web Wonder Woman. So, ladies and gentlemen, we really show our support to her. And ma'am, we feel really very proud as a university to host you on this Imbilic platform. And apart from all this, she is an IAS. So, ladies and gentlemen, kindly stay over here for this wonderful takeaway lecture from an interview, or you can call an interaction with Madam Sonal Goyal, and she is an IAS officer. Ma'am, would like to start with off something. Would you like to tell students something in lovely professional university about how your journey started into this field of IAS?
Yeah. So good afternoon, सभी को नमस्कार, and wishing everyone Eid Mubarak. And I am very much, pleased to be interacting with the young India. As you have asked me about my, how I kind of thought of civil services and how has been my journey, I would like to just mention that I belong to a middle class family based in Panipat, Haryana. My father is a chartered accountant. We are three siblings. My elder sister is a CA, and my younger brother is also a CA. So when I was in third year of graduation, I was doing my graduation from Shriram College of Commerce, Delhi University, and it was in the third year, and I was also having I was also pursuing my CS course, company secretary, and I was into my second stage. So I was I came across civil services as a platform that how uh, it enables you to directly reach out to the society and help to the people at large. So I kind of discussed this with my father, with my parents. So they said that civil services is uh, it is never a short game, and there's a lot of competition. And I was also doing my professional course, so there were a lot of apprehensions. But then after a kind of 5 to 6 months of dialogue, discussions, and figuring out more what can be done, so then he finally agreed. And then there was also this feedback from my father that since I'm already doing a professional course and civil services is never a short thing, so I should complete my professional backup also. So kind of plan B I should have. So then my father suggested कि आप को करना है तो कीजिए, but you should have your plan B ready, that in case if you don't have your civil services, then what will you do? So I took this advice. So 2004 में I completed my CS. 2004 onwards I started and doing my law LLB from Delhi University. And the same year I joined my part-time job as CS, and I also started preparing for civil services. So 2004 to 2007 onwards, these three things were going in my life. So preparation for civil services was the focus. Then I was also doing my CS job, and I was also doing my law. I appeared for civil services in my first attempt in 2006. I could not qualify for the interview. Then 2007 May, I again wrote the exam, and in that year,
Network glitch.
also complete my law.
Ma'am,
So for that
ma'am,
matter,
one second, ma'am. I'm so sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, I think that your network is a bit slower.
okay. But I am on the Wi-Fi, you know. Uh,
Now it's fine, ma'am. It was
okay,
actually coming a lag. Now it's fine. Now it's perfect.
okay,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
okay. So the thing is कि in all these years, till 2008, I was also doing my CS, that job. I completed my law and I joined into civil services in May 2008. Yeah.
All
And
right, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, please.
so now it has been like more than 12 years that I am into civil services. So my cadre was Tripura. So from 2009 to 2016, I have worked in Tripura, which is a very beautiful small state located in the northeast. And I came to Haryana on deputation in July 2016. So July 2016, I joined Haryana, and it is like 4 years I am working here. Yeah.
All right, ma'am. I was just talking to the people of Lovely Professional University. We have students from all the corners of the world. I mean, from all the states of India, and it's really very diverse. And when I was talking to them, I was telling them about you being the utmost faith of women empowerment into our country. I even want to tell them that ma'am, when Britishers left India somewhere around in 1947, precisely, we almost had a female literacy rate of 8%. So that meant like only 1 out of 11 women could read and write. And the condition was really very bad. But now, when we see the queue of all these women and all women like you who have come so successful, into our country, who are just flourishing and who are inspiring people and motivating people from all the corners of the country. We really feel very, very proud, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
I'd really ask you one more thing, that how did this change? I mean, did you always want to get into this field of bureaucracy, or you thought like, all right, after a point of time, if nothing comes out to be too laboring, then I'll go into this field of bureaucracy and then I'll work harder for it. So how was it, ma'am? Like that particular pinpoint where you thought like, all right, I have to get determined to it because UPSC is a very hard nut to crack. And a lot of students have been commenting down there that how should we prepare for UPSC? Like, what's the key to it, ma'am?
So, as I mentioned earlier, that it was in the third year of my graduation, wherein, I came across civil services. And it was like, I mean, a kind of a confusion also, because I was already into a, professional thing. I was pursuing CS, and I had initially thought that I would work in the corporate sector, right? And civil services, there was nobody in my family. I was the first one to even think of. And that was a point where when I found out more about civil services, I could actually you know I actually made up my point कि एक या दो बार तो मैं ज़रूर दूंगी. I mean, I have to serve my country, and this is the platform जो कि हम जैसे बच्चों के लिए, जो कि एक मिडिल क्लास फैमिली से बिलोंग करते हैं, हमको डायरेक्टली एक अपॉर्चुनिटी प्रोवाइड करता है. At that time, I read somewhere about this Neta Lala Baba Jhola theory. I don't know whether you guys, I am talking about 2003. सो मतलब ये चारों प्रोफेशंस जो हैं किसी ना किसी तरीके से सोसाइटी को ये करते हैं, हेल्प करते हैं. So Neta as a politician, you are serving the society. Lala as a businessman, you can serve the society. And Jhola is an NGO, so the civil society organization, they are also doing. And the fourth one is Babu. So Babu, when I talked about, I mean, we generally don't use the word Babu. It is quite derogatory in the sense. But when I actually thought of कि मुझे ऐसा कौन सा प्लेटफॉर्म मिल सकता है इमीडिएटली जिससे मैं सोसाइटी के लिए, नेशन के लिए इमीडिएटली कुछ कर सकती हूँ विद इन नेक्स्ट फ्यू ईयर्स. So civil services was the option which came to me, and I thought कि there is nothing better at this moment, because hard work, if you do your hard work, if fortune also favors, if God blesses you, definitely you can clear. And this was a point when I actually decided after my graduation I will at least attempt once. Baki to it would be based on the destiny whether I clear it or not. That is the thing. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, as our country is developing day by day, and we are a very fast developing country in this tumultuous world, like India is having the third largest GDP in the world. We're almost going to reach 5 trillion. So, where do you see, ma'am, the country progressing in the next 20 or 22 years or 30 years? Like, how do you see India to be?
I am very happy and optimistic in the sense that the way things are progressing in last few years, especially last 5 to 7 years, if we see the kind of global presence our country is having in all kind of platforms, whether it is manufacturing, whether it is export, whether it is health services, whether it is defense, whether it is science and technology, whether it is space. So in each and every field, our country is moving so much, forward. There is no reason for anyone to be pessimistic. We are responsible for, designing the growth story of our country. As I'm interacting with you all, the young India, as I always say, that the young India are the drivers of the change, the drivers of the real transformation which we want to see. And we are very happy because even in administration, we are seeing so many organizations, civil society organizations, NGOs, they are coming forward. They are supporting the administration in various kinds of initiatives, various kinds of flagship program, whether it is Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Jal Shakti Mission, or there are various programs which are encouraging the local innovations. Various programs are there, and the young people are coming forward, and most of them are having that kind of a mindset that yes, we have to do something for the nation, which is very encouraging. So I really foresee that in the coming next 2 decades, 2 or 3 decades, the country would be not less than a superpower. and we are a developing nation, and in all the, whether it is United Nations or whether it is any kind of multilateral or a international platform, our country has proven its worth and it will rise further. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Indeed, I am pretty sure that the students of this university and this country will take forward the burden of this country on their shoulders. Ma'am, a lot of
Yeah.
UPSC aspirants also are watching this live session right now. So, can you kindly share some notions and some thoughts on how can they actually start on with the preparation of UPSC, ma'am?
Uh, so I think one has to decide ki when does he or she want to appear for the civil services. So there are two things. I have seen now, because the young India, they are very much, they have too much of knowledge. उनको exposure भी बहुत ज़्यादा है. They have so many kind of platforms available to us. So sometimes they are even deciding during their school that they want to go in for the civil services, and some candidates are deciding during graduation or even after graduation they are deciding. So what I want to say is that minimum 2 years is required. So 1 year is prior to the preparation, and 1 year to pura examination process takes, like you appear for prelims, mains and interview. So 1 year उसमें चला जाता है, and 1 year prior to that is the this preparation process. So आपको minimum 2 years आपको इसमें identify करके अपने पास में रखने हैं, and it is not sure shot, because 10 to 12 lakh of candidates are filling the prelims forms every year, and which is in fact increasing every year, right? So आपको plan भी I think रखना चाहिए कि अगर you are not able to qualify for the civil services, then what else will you do? And I would recommend ki for women, for females, definitely we should be financially independent, right? In a society like today, I mean, I don't think that we should have any dependence on the society, on the male counterparts. So especially for females, like my father also always, he kind of said that because हम पानीपत से belong करते हैं, तो when I was doing my graduation, and similarly for my sister, so she started CA and I started for my CAS. तो the relatives used to say कि आप अपनी लड़कियों को इतना क्यों पढ़ा रहे हो, अल्टीमेटली ग्रेजुएशन के बाद तो शादी कर देनी है इनकी. So my father used to say कि education is one thing which I will give to my children, all the 3 children, irrespective of male or female. और उसके बाद में it is their destiny and it is their own willingness what they want to do further in life. So the way my father, my parents supported us, I am seeing that a lot of positive changes even today in the society are coming up, and parents have become very supportive. But कहीं ना कहीं अभी कई जगह पे अभी भी opportunities की कमी है. So what I want to say is कि whoever is willing to appear for civil service examination, so have that plan कि आप कितने साल dedicate करना चाहते हो. उसमें अगर नहीं होता है तो what is your plan B? And then once you are okay with that, then you start preparation. And once you are starting the preparation, then the stages are very important. The stages are prelims का जो है, prelims is objective, mains is subjective, and of course interview is the personality test, right? So there has to be a combination of your strategy. And साथ के साथ में I would like to mention that also there should be a this repeated revisions pattern. मतलब time management, of course everybody knows time management is very important. You have to restrict yourself. I remember when I was studying, there was a room in the first floor which was dedicated to me, and there was, I would not even meet the relatives who were coming during festivals. People used to say that she has become very selfish, but it was like कि ये जो मैं कर रही हूँ ये मैं अपने खुद के लिए कर रही हूँ, so let me be selfish for my own self. It is not at least harming anybody else, right? And in future if I am able to make it, then I am very much sure कि ये कहीं ना कहीं सोसाइटी में कहीं ना कहीं मैं सबके लिए अच्छा कर पाऊंगी. So that time management is very important, self discipline is very important, setting your targets is very important. And when you are preparing for civil services, you also need to have that repeated revisions. So that repeated revision cycle is very important, and it is irrespective of the fact whether you take coaching or not. The point is कि जो आप पढ़ रहे हो, that should be clear in your mind. That thing should be clear in your mind, and you should be able to, write and reproduce whenever something is asked about that topic. So, I mean, this is how I think the candidates, should plan when they are
Indeed.
starting for civil services. Yeah.
Indeed, ma'am. And ma'am, is there a particular subject that students ought to focus more upon during their
Uh,
preparation for civil services?
No, I mean, it has to be a mix. So, because prelims may they have the this general studies and aptitude, and mains may they have this all general studies aptitude के साथ साथ में they have one optional also. Of course, at my time there was two optionals. So my two optionals were commerce and public administration. Now there is only one optional which will have two papers, and there is essay. Essay paper is also there. So the thing is कि depending on your comfort level, आप कौन से subject में आपको comfort ज़्यादा है, and people also see कि scoring pattern किस में अच्छा है, उसके हिसाब से they take that option. So that is okay. My only point is कि whatever you are reading, you should be able to revise it properly. And स्पेशली प्रीलिम्स के लिए तो करंट अफेयर्स बिकम वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो करंट अफेयर्स के लिए आपको मैगजीन से पढ़नी है. यू हैव टू न्यूज़पेपर्स एंड डेली यू हैव टू अपडेट योरसेल्फ.
Indeed, ma'am. Ma'am, now apart from civil services, I'd like to ask you that how has Niti Aayog progressed in the past few years?
You know, I was felicitated by Niti Aayog in 2016 as part of 25 Women Transforming India. And if we see now, Niti Aayog has risen beyond being a think tank, and the initiatives like aspirational districts, so they have adopted these aspirational districts which are across the country, some of the backward districts, right? They have adopted, and they are kind of supporting those districts. Even in Haryana, one of the districts, Mewat, is one of the aspirational districts out of the 22 districts in the state. Then they have various experience sharing platforms, and they have these some very important initiatives like aim to innovate, right? So all these kind of things, Niti Aayog has moved beyond its role of being a think tank. It is into policy making, even policy design, policy implementation, and really, and it is bringing across the best practices across the country, across various departments, across various states. So a kind of a peer learning exercise also, a peer learning opportunity also, Niti Aayog is being providing to us as being part of the administration. Yeah.
Right, ma'am. And ma'am, where do you personally see yourself in the coming few years, like coming 5 years, perhaps I should say, like where do you personally see yourself?
Being in government, we have a fixed pattern of promotion, that is by number of years of service. So today I am in the 12th year of service. After say 5 years, I would be promoted to the rank of the Joint Secretary in Government of India. So when you are there in Government of India, or even in the state, if you are moving beyond the rank of the commissioner, so commissioner, special secretary, so you are more into the policy designing at the national level or at the state headquarter level. So right now I am in field. I have been implementing most of the times. I have been in field only, whether it was Tripura, whether it is Haryana. All my years have been into field, and prior to these 12 years, I was 3 years working in private sector. So like around 15 years, say I have been working, and mostly it is in field. So after 5 years, I would be then in the जो बोलते हैं arm chair, the big arm chair. So kind of a thinking mechanism, broad outlook of how things are moving in field. And I would in fact try to use my experience, whichever I have gained in field, to have a better policy design, to have a realistic, in fact practical solutions to the problem, which is very much important. The practicality needs to be seen, and also I would, I would, in fact, try my best that whatever limitations we have faced as administrators in field, so उनको थोड़ा सा मैं दूर कर पाऊँ through our small things. So this is how I foresee myself, like in whatever position I am, in whatever capacity I am able to bring some positive change and work for the society. This is my aim forever. Yeah.
You mean, ma'am, like better policy implementation, the wiser chair,
Exactly.
while you are sitting on the wiser chair, the armchair.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you also have daughters, you also have children. So, how do you maintain that equilibrium between your domestic life and your public life or the work life, perhaps I should say?
So I am blessed with my two kids. My daughter is 7 years old, and my younger one is 1 year old boy. So I should say that I have a very supportive husband. He is an IRS officer. He is posted in Delhi, Aditya. So I knew him before our marriage. In fact, he was the one who has always stood me even when I decided for civil services. So I knew him from my time of CS, and at that time, in fact, we never thought of that we would get married. But of course, he was a good friend. And जब घर पे कोई नहीं मान रहा था, तो he was the one who said कि नहीं, let us try. Let I'll support you. You please try. And he was the one who, in fact, made lot of notes for me just to share, especially for GS, General Studies kit. So when I qualified for civil services, so he was working in private sector. In fact, he was working in Mozambique. Then he shifted to PwC, and then he worked in ENY. And in 2009, after I joined Tripura, I got married to him. So उसके बाद में when I started working there, so things were little difficult because Tripura is a beautiful state. People are very nice. People are very welcoming, but remoteness of the area and थोड़ा सा distant हो गया था because my husband was here. So he tried to appear for civil services. In fact, he appeared for civil services, and in his third attempt, he qualified for IRS, Customs and Central Excise, in 2013. And same year, my daughter was born. So why
Oh,
I
wow.
have told you is that he has been my support system since 2003-4. So it is now like 16, 17 years we are together, and I am blessed that in whatever struggles we have faced, whether it was staying alone in Tripura, even when I delivered my first child, I was on maternity leave for some time, and I was here in my family, and then I went back there, and then I was posted as DM and collector in Tripura in May 2014. So I was staying there with my little one. She was few months old, and all these struggles, he has been my support, and even today. And my both kids are very much cooperative, especially my daughter. I mean, as if she understands that her mother has these limitations, that she has to go to the office every day, and she has the responsibility. So she has been so cooperative child, and she has been never bothering me. So I am thankful to God, and of course, it is a kind of a balance which every human being has to maintain, whether it is a male or a female. I actually feel that sometimes people, say कि as a woman it is more difficult. So I always say कि that priorities have to be clear in your mind कि आपकी priority क्या है. आपकी priority, मेरे लिए priority दोनों ही है. मेरे लिए priority मेरा काम भी है, और मेरे लिए priority
Exactly.
मेरा घर भी है. And I cannot ignore both of them totally. Of course plus and minuses would be there. अगर कोई डिस्ट्रिक्ट में PM विजिट होगा, या डिस्ट्रिक्ट में इमरजेंसी होगा, या इलेक्शंस का काम होगा, तो उसमें आई वुड बी डिवोटिंग मोर टाइम, सम मोर टाइम टू द वर्क. लेकिन अगर मेरे को कोई ब्रेक भी चाहिए, तो आई कैन टेक 2 or 3 days हॉलीडेज ऑल्सो, बट आई नो इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट. बट वो टाइम मुझे मैनेज करना है, एंड आई कैन नॉट निग्लेक्ट माई फैमिली. And as a human being, whether you are a male or a female, and whether you are working in a private sector or a government sector or any other thing, I personally feel that wherever you may reach, but your family is one thing. A family is your own small ecosystem, and which we all should try and maintain. Irrespective of whatever profile you have, I at least cannot ignore my family, and I don't think we can progress in life ignoring our near and dear ones. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there's a very old quote from the movie Godfather. And the Godfather says, and I quote, that do you spend time with your family? So the man says, yes. And then he says, good. If you don't spend enough time with your family, then you're not a good man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, work is paramount and cardinal, but family is also cardinal, and they both go hand in hand.
Yeah,
Right,
they
ma'am?
both go hand in hand. And one more thing is there, that if you're not psychologically, if you're not happy, if you're mentally not
Yes,
happy,
ma'am.
if you're mentally not at peace, you will not perform good at work, you know.
Exactly, ma'am.
So whatever things you have in your life, जो भी आपका hobby है, even when you are preparing for civil services, there would be many moments where you will feel low because it's a long drawn process. So many moments you will feel low. So my advice is कि have some hobby or have some interest जिससे you feel motivated. It can be music, it can be sports, it can be reading a book, it can be chatting to your friends or chatting with your family, anything, watching TV. जो भी है वो ब्रेक बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. Otherwise, we tend to ignore that emotional question which is existing in all of us. And फिर after a point, you feel depressed. And even I have myself also faced depression when first time में मैं clear नहीं हुआ. I was like कि ऐसा कैसे हो गया, how could I not clear, अब मैं आगे क्या करूँगी. I was very much depressed. But then I thought of decided कि अब मेरे को ऐसा attempt देना है कि I should not have any grudge that I did not perform well, you know. So this is a kind of a balance which we all have to keep maintaining in whatever stage of life we are and at whatever level or platform we reach.
Exactly, ma'am. Ma'am, I'd like to ask one more thing. Like you have perfectly explained how to maintain a very balanced equilibrium between family and society, and how to, ma'am has even seeded some very good takeaways that how can you even start on with the preparation of civil services and UPSC. Ma'am, but there's one more very imperative notion in the society, I think, that should be focused upon. And according to you, what are those societal notions that people should actually focus more upon rather than focusing on some other societal changes or norms or guidelines? What are those more imperative societal issues that needs to be focused for today's India, ma'am, so that we can progress towards India being a superpower?
So I think one very important aspect that is still needs to be taken care of is this gender discrimination. So when I'm talking about gender discrimination, I am not saying that it is happening everywhere, but what I'm trying to say is that still in many parts of our country, the discrimination starts from the moment a girl child is born, and even before that, we all know that female feticide cases are still happening in our country, and it is happening across all the states. So when you are selecting any sex of the fetus to be born, so basically you are discriminating against a gender. So what I am trying to say is that this gender discrimination since birth till death, it is there in our society. Of course, many initiatives have been taken by government to bring a gender parity, to bring a balance in the society, and that balance is coming in terms of education, providing good opportunities to the girl child को encourage करना, वो जो करना चाहती है sports में encourage करना, giving the right to the female to choose what profession she wants to do. And after her marriage, even the spouses have become very supportive, in-laws have become very supportive. So this is a kind of a change which is coming, but अभी भी मुझे लगता है कि अभी भी lot many things need to do as far as gender parity is concerned. So this is one aspect which we as a country have to focus if we want to really be in the superpower. Last 3-4 days back only I saw a tweet which was wishing the New Zealand Prime Minister, the lady Prime Minister of New Zealand, and
Lady
she
Prime
completed 40, she completed her 40th birthday. So people were wishing her the 40th birthday, and at the age of 40, she is the Prime Minister of a country, right? So how many instances of even state chief ministers, women state chief ministers we have in our country? I think at such a young age, I at least can't recall immediately a lady to become a chief minister of any state. Of course, we have many leading chief ministers, Srimati Sheila Dikshit ji, Jay Lalita ji, we have. But what I'm trying to say is कि उनका proportion कितना है, you know. So what is the proportion to the population? What is the percentage? So this
Yes,
thing,
ma'am.
I think that this women empowerment, gender parity, respecting the other part of the society, respecting your, counterpart in the society, that is very important. And young India अभी से ही अगर उसके बारे में सोचेगा, तो I am very much sure कि definitely we'll have a much positive change coming up very rapidly. The other thing which keeps coming to us as administrator is that somehow this issue of maybe moral science or value education, which we used to see uh, in my school time or in my college, I am talking about say 20 years back, वो कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा मिसिंग हो गया है. So private schools are focused on making the kids learn new language. So you should learn German, you should learn French, Russian, whatever. I'm not criticizing, but what I'm trying to say is that we as part of administrators we are feeling कि young India को जो opportunities हैं, जो exposure है, why we are not channelizing their energy and their kind of positivity in bringing more development to our country totally. So that sense of responsibility towards the society is there, but it needs to grow further. आप जो भी profession choose करें, you become an entrepreneur, you have your own business, you are into medical profession, you are into administration, you are into a private sector. Why don't we all decide that yes, wherever we would be, we would help the people around us and we will help the society around us. Why can't we think that? I think अगर collectively हमारा ये vision रहेगा सबका, definitely India को grow करने से there is no other power which can stop our country. So I think these two concerns are very important, and as I'm interacting with Young India, so one or two points I would like to mention that due to this technological exposure, many cyber crimes are also happening. आपने भी
Frauds,
सुना होगा
scams.
that cyber frauds are happening. That lust for making money at a easy pace. So this cyber crime is happening. People are also, there are also cases of harassment against women, online cases. I mean, hacking the profiles of the ladies, and I mean, all that kind of things is happening, and also the incidents of drug abuse. So even that drug abuse is an issue which is coming up in the society, and because you have got the exposure, and abhi kya ho gaya ki kids are having more access to all these things. So the availability has become easier, even though government is trying to do a lot, administration, police department, they are trying to do a lot, but somehow as a society, let us decide that say no to drugs, and we will not indulge in cyber crimes. We will be a responsible citizen, we will be a responsible netizen, so as to say, a responsible netizen we all need to become. Yeah, so these are
Indeed,
few of the
ma'am.
concerns from my side. Yeah.
Indeed, ma'am. Like today's India is growing at a very fast rate. Perhaps I should say the fastest rate as it could even had ever imagined. But ma'am, like we have already said, like India is growing, and we have your world's most literate scientists, officers, bureaucrats, doctors. The world output, India is almost accounting, ma'am, for 19% of world's brain, but
Yeah.
we have only 2% of research output from India. So, ma'am, would you like to just quickly point out that as well? Like, how can India increase that research output from 2% to almost 19% and just embed all that 19%
Yeah,
of research
I
output?
Yeah, I also feel that research is one thing, research and having our planning base, that is more important, that is kind of missing, which we have seen in other parts of the world. So many of the developed countries, they invest time and they invest their resources in researching, and then they come out with a this plan, or they come out with this strategy, they come out with that solution. So this kind of a research needs to be geared up. Niti Aayog, of course, has been now trying to do into this some kind of researches. Also, we have different organizations like if we talk about the space-based organizations, so ISRO, they are into this research, and the recent successes in the past 2 years, so they have been culmination of the previous experiences and which the researches which they have been able to do. But yes, of course, we need to improvise on all this. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And the last question is, do you have any message for today's youth? I mean, would you like to deliver one short message for today's India that will become tomorrow's India after 20 years, ma'am?
So today's India is a very positive India, I would say, an energetic and a young India. And I always say that young India dream and achieve. So what mean it by dream is diligence, resilience, energy, ambition, and motivation. So diligence, resilience, energy, ambition, and motivation. All these things are within you. You identify what do you want to become in life. You identify what do you want to do in the society. And when you are determined, then there is nothing in this world which can stop you from achieving your own goals. I am always reminded of a very small prose from a novel called The Alchemist by Paul Coelho. So he writes that when you aspire something genuinely from heart, the whole universe conspires and enables you to achieve that, right? So
Yes,
when
ma'am.
the whole universe is with you, so it is your own efforts which will help you to make even impossible to be possible, because impossible says I am possible, right?
Possible.
So this is the thing I want to tell to young India. And my last request to all of you is that whatever fields you choose, whatever professions you choose, please and please contribute towards people around, help the people around. Even your small help can bring a perceptible change in someone's life. And be positive and be those change leaders, be those change makers, and be those people who are driving the society around you. Yeah. And I'm very much sure
Exactly.
we collectively can do a lot. Yeah.
Exactly, ma'am. Ma'am, at the latter, the student organization Arstray of our university has made this event possible. Ma'am, if I just quickly tell you something about Arstray
Yeah.
organization, they have been working from the past 2 years, and they have been working on to the underprivileged sections of the society despite of any caste, creed or religion.
That's
And the
wonderful.
mission,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. And the mission is to rise above all kind of differences and come together collectively as a society and to accept the differences of any kind of caste, creed, or religion for that matter. So, ma'am, please would you like to just say two words for the student organization Ashray of our lovely professional university?
So, a very nice initiative. In fact, when they wrote to me, so I asked them about कि आप क्या करते हैं. So when they wrote about this thing that they are working for the underprivileged students of the underprivileged sections of the society, and they are doing this good work. So I actually then thought of that. Okay, I'll interact with the students. If I can be of any help through the organization, I would be very happy. और आप जो अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं करते रहिए. एक लास्ट में लाइन मैं हमेशा अपने जहन में जो मैं रखती हूँ वो मैं आप सबके लिए बोलना चाहूँगी. तुम समय की रेत पर छोड़ते चलो निशान, देखती तुम्हें जमीन देखता है आसमान. तो जो आप
Very
जो
well.
भी जो भी अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं you are leaving those footprints behind you, and as you move forward, the देखती तुम्हें जमीन देखता है आसमान. So people in the earth, people on the earth are also seeing, and people in the sky are also seeing you know.
And the
So
world
you're,
will follow, man.
yeah, and so the efforts are being recognized everywhere, and you are doing in fact for your own happiness, for your own khushi. So let that happiness and positivity keep flowing. My best wishes to all of you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to an end of this session. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'd personally like to thank you on the behalf of the entire lovely professional universities. It was very, very motivating, very, very inspiring, and a very good takeaway kind of interaction with you. And I'm pretty sure that students also must have enjoyed this wonderful lecture and this wonderful session. Thank you so much, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, please
Thank you
drop
for
your
having me here,
appreciation.
and my best
And
wishes
I,
to all of you.
yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank Madam Sonal Goyal, IAS officer. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to an end of this session. It was really very inspiring and really very lovely to have Madam Sonal Goyal, an IAS officer, onto this wonderful technological platform of Instagram. Sahas Ramal signing off. My name is Sahas Ramal. People have been asking me what my name is. It's SAAHAS RAMAUL. I repeat, SAAHASRAMAUL. Sasramal officially signing off. And please take care of yourself. Please take care of your loved ones. And God bless you all. Please be safe. Please be secure. And just work hard. Thank you.